and welcome to the Library Show. I'm Holly Browning, and we're excited to have you join us for today's show. We have a special guest with us from Main Street, Lebanon, and later Mike and I will be talking about the upcoming ACT classes. And of course, you don't want to miss Miss Connie's story time. But first up, I'd like to introduce you to my co-host, Mike Kletzley. And Mike and I liked our first guest so much that we decided we both wanted to interview her, right, Mike?
We did.
Okay, yes. So joining us today is Miss Rebecca Stroll from Main Street, Lebanon.
Hi.
And thanks for being with us today, Rebecca.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
So for our viewers who might not know, what exactly is Main Street, Lebanon?
Main Street Lebanon is a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to preserve, promote, and improve the downtown Lebanon business district.
Okay. So that's why you see, if you're downtown, you see a lot of signs that'll say, like, Main Street Lebanon sponsoring, and, that's kind of explains what that is.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. So we do have 150 business, nonprofit, and citizen members.
Really?
And we help promote those members through their membership, and then also through the 14 different events that we host throughout the year.
Awesome.
Rebecca, when was Main Street Lebanon formed?
So Main Street Lebanon was originally formed in 2007. So we've been around for quite a long time, and have only grown throughout the years.
Yeah. 2007 seems like it was yesterday, though, doesn't it?
It
I know
does.
it does to me. I don't know. Would you care to tell us a little bit about your background? Are you from the area?
Yeah, so I have lived in Lebanon for about 9, going on 10 years now.
Okay.
My husband and I live in Lebanon. He grew up in Lebanon. I didn't, unfortunately.
Okay.
But our kids all go to Lebanon schools.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I am one of the directors of Main Street Lebanon. So kind of a funny connection with the Lebanon Library. Our members are all throughout downtown Lebanon, and my job really consists of just walking from business to business in downtown Lebanon. So I have kind of made the Lebanon Library, the downstairs computer center, my home.
Yes. It's our home too.
It's beautiful.
And we're happy to have you there.
I love working in the computer center in the basement, the dungeon.
Yes.
Well, we're glad to have you anytime you need it.
Thanks.
What can you give us? You mentioned, did you say 14 different projects?
Yeah.
Can you mention some of those to us?
Yeah, so 14 different events throughout the year. So most of our events happen in the downtown corridor, some on Mulberry Plaza, and then some on all throughout the downtown corridor. So we host 4 Girls' Night Out shopping events per year. So those are 1 per quarter. We also host some of the really big festivals in downtown Lebanon.
Okay, yeah.
So the Lebanon Country Music Festival is one of our most popular events. We also host, going on our 2nd year, the Lebanon Bike Criterium. So that is a very fast-paced, closed-circuit bike race.
Wow, yeah.
Last year was our first Lebanon Bike Criterium, and we had a really great response. It was a lot of fun. So this year we have made some improvements, and we're kind of forming it as more of a healthy living and fitness event.
Okay.
So we'll have some, you'll notice some local gyms, some local fitness centers.
Yeah.
We'll be hosting some professional trainer-led 1-hour free fitness events.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, in Bicentennial Park, and then we'll have those bike racers kind of whipping through downtown on a closed circuit course.
Nice.
Awesome.
We also host some smaller shopping events throughout the year that just bring people into the downtown corridor to shop, eat, stay.
Right.
So one of our upcoming events is Galentine's Day. It's a Valentine's Day themed shopping event. You'll notice it's Galentine's Day, not Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Right.
So Galentine's Day is a day to celebrate female friendship. So instead of the traditional Valentine's Day theme, this is more of a, shop with your daughter, your sister, your girlfriends, grab your girls. And
make it a date?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like that.
absolutely.
I like that.
Those are some neat events.
Yeah, thanks.
So you had mentioned like the girls' night Girls' Night Out. I think those are very wildly popular because downtown is usually packed, and you see, all the ladies around it. It's a lot of fun, though.
It is.
It is.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of our downtown businesses. So those Girls' Night Outs, they happen once per quarter.
I was going to ask that. Yes. Okay.
So our the businesses throughout downtown, they really live it up and celebrate those Girls' Night Outs.
Yeah.
They have wonderful specials.
Yeah.
A lot of exclusive Girls' Night Out sales. Of course, Main Street Lebanon does our traditional VIP bags, which always sell out. They're limited quantities, so show up early if you would like one of those really exclusive VIP bags.
Yeah. So, okay. All right.
So you said once a quarter for those. Will there be one soon?
Yes. So our first Girls' Night Out of 2022 is coming up very soon.
Oh, fun.
I'm counting down the days, so a little less than 30 days now, on March 12th. So it's Saturday, March 12th.
Okay.
From 4 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Wow.
Saturday,
So
March
yep, there's the graphic for it.
Wonderful.
So Girls' Night Out, our theme is Luck Be a Lady. So of course it's March, and so we're having a little bit of the lucky, luck of the Irish, Luck Be a Lady theme. And this event is also sponsored by our two presenting sponsors, which are really cool. Sightworks Ohio.
Okay.
So Sightworks Ohio, they're actually celebrating Women in Construction Week.
Really? That's neat.
Yeah, so March 6th through 12th, which falls perfectly in line with our Girls' Night Out event, is Women in Construction Week. So it is a national holiday, a national week of recognition for women that work in construction. So that is a growing industry, a growing profession for women. And this Women in Construction Week and Sightworks especially felt that it was important to recognize the contribution that women give to the construction industry.
Absolutely. That's awesome. I like that a lot. And I like that theme, Luck Be a Lady. That's nice.
Yeah.
So what if someone wanted to look up future events? Is there anywhere that they can go? Is there a website? Is there, that they can look up, say, is there anything going on in June? That sort of thing.
Yeah. So there's actually two ways to find out the most current events. So, of course, mainstreetlebanon.org is our website.
Okay.
You can view a calendar of events for all of 22 on mainstreetlebanon.org.
Okay.
You can also RSVP to those events and get updates. So if you subscribe to our website, you'll receive updates on upcoming events so that you can kind of plan ahead. And then also our Facebook page, so Main Street Lebanon on Facebook. We do post all of our updates and all of our event posters, and also the store sales that I mentioned are posted on Facebook as well.
You have a lot of neat stuff on Facebook. I like your posts on there, and you the way that you kind of highlight different stores in the area that you might not even know about, and the sales. I like that.
Thank you.
Now, Rebecca, you mentioned that businesses can get some promotional help by being members. But can individuals join, or is it strictly for organizations or businesses?
Yes, absolutely. Individuals can join. So Main Street Lebanon is a nonprofit. So our mission to improve, preserve, and promote the downtown Lebanon corridor. Our mission is made possible through donor support, through grant funding. We do receive grant support from the City of Lebanon, but also a big part of what helps us accomplish our mission is the citizens, what we call the Friends of Main Street Lebanon, that join Main Street Lebanon. It's a very affordable charitable donation membership, it's a very affordable membership, which is also considered a charitable donation. So it's $50 for a year to join as a friend of Main Street Lebanon, and that $50 goes directly into the operating budget to fulfill our mission of improve, preserve, and promote the downtown Lebanon Business District.
Gotcha. Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I know you and I had kind of discussed about the historic part, the historic aspect, I guess you could say, of the business district, and how that's important. Why do you think that's important for a town like Lebanon?
Lebanon has such a rich history. I'm sure you guys are well aware of this, working at the Lebanon Public Library. I've watched a lot of the Lebanon library shows, and one of my favorite episodes was the history on the Lebanon Public Library with Julie, with you and Julie doing the tour.
Yes. That was fun.
So that history that Lebanon and downtown Lebanon has is so rich and so wonderful, and that really it creates a destination location.
Yes.
It turns Lebanon into a destination location. So people come from all over Ohio and the surrounding area to visit historic downtown Lebanon. So a lot of our buildings, one of our members in particular, the Village Ice Cream Parlor, they've been around for years. A little fun fact, they used to be a movie theater.
Really?
Yeah. So
Did not know that.
yeah, that building used to be a movie theater.
Huh.
Another one of our members with some really cool historic facts. It's going to be Fun Fact Thursday.
Yeah.
There
Yes.
you
We
go.
love it. Yes.
Anna's Gourmet Popcorn. So that is Anna's building is. Her store is on the corner of Mulberry and Broadway. The building that she's in used to be a hospital.
Really?
So downstairs where she's making and selling popcorn actually used to be a billiards, a pool hall.
Oh, really?
And upstairs was the hospital.
Oh, my.
So as patients would come in, some of them would need to be on a stretcher. Well, there's no elevator in that historic building. So the doctor and the nurses would go downstairs to the billiards hall and say, hey, we need a few guys to help us bring this patient upstairs.
Oh
So
my gosh.
they'd grab the stretcher and carry it up this very narrow stairway upstairs to the hospital. There's actually still residents in Lebanon today that were born there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so,
incredible.
A little history there. Thank you.
And then another really cool location is Doc's Place. So Doc's Place has been around for years, and they're actually one of our presenting sponsors for Girls Night Out. The new owner, Bob, he's a really great guy, and he has some really great plans for Doc's Place. So he has already made some improvements to, of course, Doc's Place was already great, but he's done just a little bit of small renovations to kind of make the flow of Doc's Place work a little better, so that he and his employees can serve customers faster. So, of course, on one side is a bar, and the other side is actually a huge seating area for their restaurant area. So they have, he's made some tiny renovation improvements that have still preserved the very charming historic character of Doc's Place, but has made serving customers lunch and dinner a little bit more convenient, a little bit quicker. So yeah, I think preserving those very charming historic buildings, it's very important to the character of downtown Lebanon. But yeah, it's cool to walk in and see what small improvements they've made to still keep that historic charm, but make it a little bit more functional for today.
Right.
Yeah.
That's neat. I didn't know that. Now, you mentioned the history and how important it is to Lebanon. We agree with that, I think, Holly.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So you do you do more things in your job than I would have thought as a director of this. Tell us what are your favorite parts of working with Main Street Lebanon?
That's actually hard to pinpoint. So
Yeah, I bet.
so I have I did mention that I wasn't raised in Lebanon. I was actually raised in more of a large city area. And I moved to Lebanon when my husband and I started dating, and I remember thinking, I'll never be able to live in this country. It's very rural, very, there's tractor equipment driving on the street, and I'm late to work because I'm stuck behind this big tractor. That lasted for about 6 months, and then I was like, I am Lebanon, hear me roar, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a lot of community pride. I love Lebanon. I love its character. I love the small town feel. So, you know, you never know whether I'm walking into the Countryside YMCA or I'm going into Kroger. It's very likely that I'll run into someone that I know.
Right.
The neighbors are always friendly. So that's one of the biggest, brings me the most joy in this job, is walking through downtown Lebanon and the surrounding, you know, greater community of Lebanon, and just getting to enjoy that Lebanon small town feel.
Yeah.
I do also love, I've become a little bit of a history nerd.
Yes, I love it.
So I
I
do
do
also
too.
love, like I mentioned, the library shows feature on the history of the library. It's really interesting to learn all of that. My son and I have come to Connie's story time, and we've sat at that small table that used to be a big office room table,
Yes.
and all they did was chop the legs off, and now my 3-year-old was coming to read books at that table.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then of course the events. I'm an event planner.
Yeah.
So I love to plan and volunteer at and host these events. So Main Street Lebanon is really fortunate to have great partnerships with Lebanon City Schools, one of our members, the Lebanon Christian School, and then also the Warren County Career Center. I did mention our Lebanon Bike Criterium that's coming up. We're actually partnering with the Warren County Career Center, and we're going to be inviting the Police and Fire Academy students to come and volunteer.
Nice. Okay.
So they're going to be volunteering at the Lebanon Bike Criterium and kind of doing a little bit of, not necessarily crowd control, but being positioned in areas of the race, inside of the racetrack, to just kind of remind pedestrians, hey, don't step into this area because this is where the bike race is happening. So that connection, it's a great way. One, Main Street Lebanon gets to serve our mission of promoting and preserving the historic downtown Lebanon, but we also get the opportunity to partner with organizations like Lebanon City Schools, Warren County Career Center, and Lebanon Christian Schools to bring our students and community into that volunteer network for the area.
That's neat, and they get some needed training.
Absolutely, and it really builds connections between those students and our current business owners. So just like I mentioned, those Police and Fire Academy students, when they graduate and they are a policeman or a fireman, they're going to be doing those same details where they go and work these large events. So this gives them kind of an inside peek at what it's like to work this type of an event.
Right.
And then we also have students come and volunteer for some of our other events like Girls Night Out, where they're doing a little bit of marketing for us. So they're taking live event photos and help us market this event. And it gives the student the opportunity, maybe they were going to take one career path, but now they've volunteered for the Bike Criterium or Girls Night Out, and they learn, maybe I don't want to, be a fireman. I want to be a marketing professional.
Right.
So it gives a little sneak peek at what a career is like. Or maybe I want to be an entrepreneur. Maybe I want to start my own business.
Yeah.
That's neat. A lot of early experience.
Yeah. And you can tell by the way that you speak about the town and your position that you really enjoy it and you really give it your all.
Thank you.
So yes. And thank you for being here today.
Thanks so much.
And I'm sure that we're going to see your face again
Oh,
on the library
absolutely.
show.
Absolutely. I'm a huge fan. I watch you guys all the time.
We have fans.
We have fans.
At least one.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Do you care to remind us again, though, about the March Girls Night Out, the date?
Yes. So the March Girls Night Out is Saturday, March 12th from 4 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Our VIP bags will go on sale right at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Our VIP bags include exclusive coupons, free merchandise items, snacks, candies, gourmet chocolates. There's all kinds of goodies in our VIP bags. They are $5, limited quantity, so get there early. And then we typically have between 30 and 40 participating locations that participate in Girls Night Out.
Yeah.
So it's a night to not miss.
Right.
So Saturday, March 12th from 4 to 9 p.m.
All right. Great. Thank you,
Thank
Rebecca.
you.
And we'll see you down in our tech center at the library soon.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, coming up next, Mike and I will be talking about the renewed ACT classes.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time.
One book can be the first element, helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Operation Wonder Park is a go!
There's nothing more powerful than imagination. But don't just imagine. Use STEM to change the world.
Who's with me?
Oh, it's gonna hurt tomorrow.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Welcome back. I'm joined by my co-host, Mike Kletzley, and Mike and I are going to be talking about the renewed ACT classes. What do you got for us, Mike?
Well, as you mentioned, these are renewed classes. We used to do them live, but now we're going to do them by Zoom.
Okay,
And
so
they
that's
are-
it's a big change.
Big change,
Okay.
yeah. I'll see how it goes. But it's intended to help high schoolers prepare to take the ACT, to
Right.
get some experience and some background information about it.
Okay. So yeah, before COVID,
Mm-hmm.
we did, in the tech center, correct? Live. Okay. So now we're doing it via Zoom. So tell us a little bit how is that going to be the same? How is it going to be different?
Well, it'll be the same, and it will go over the same content that we
Okay.
did before, which is like test prep, how to tackle the test, and what to expect.
Okay.
But then we'll also do, what'll be different is obviously we won't have the live feedback. We won't have questions coming in from the kids as regularly as they used to. As,
Okay.
I used to be able to kind of take a show of hands,
Right.
but now I won't be able to do that as much. But it should be about the same otherwise.
Okay. So are you doing like the different, like what's the schedule? Are you doing reading, math, or how is that going to go?
Right, so every Wednesday starting February 23rd, we're going to do a different part of the test. But the February 23rd one itself is the intro to the test.
The intro, okay.
Intro, so that's not a segment of the test, but it's basically what the test is about, how to do well on it, what to expect, what to prepare for, things like that. And that's
Okay.
the intro part. And then after that, every Wednesday we will do a different segment, whether it's math or English or science or whatever. And then they'll go through a section of that test in terms of what to expect from it, and then we'll do a few sample questions. And then
Okay.
on the 26th of March, kind of almost at the end of this 6-week term, we'll do a practice test. And that'll be Zoom, which sounds weird, but we'll try to help them allot their time and gauge their time so they know what a real test will feel like.
Okay. So what would happen though if someone had a question that they don't think is answered? Can they contact the library or
yes,
how?
they can get word to us and we'll answer it back.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
So and then you said so Wednesday the 23rd is the intro.
right.
And then every Wednesday after that is a different
Section of the test.
There we go.
Yep.
So how would they know what section is next?
Well, if they go up on our website or our Facebook page through our website, they will see the schedule of events and they will be able to tell which section is taught which week.
Okay.
And then they can sign up for tickets through those two mediums. So either on our website or our Facebook page.
So LebanonLibrary.org or our Facebook page will direct them
Right.
to. Okay.
Yeah, and they can get tickets to do that because it is limited because we have to have enough room on the screen to see everybody's face.
Okay, so that is important then.
Yes.
So it is. So if you decide that you want to do that or you're wanting to take that particular section, you need to go ahead and you just grab your spot. I mean,
Right.
it's free, but Eventbrite is just to grab your grab your
Exactly.
spot.
Right.
Okay. And then with the link for Eventbrite will be, with the information. Is that
Right.
correct?
It's there,
Okay.
yep.
So that's easy. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So I know that they were very, very popular, and they're asked about a lot. So I'm glad that we're renewing them.
I am
and
too.
this way. So
I am too. I think there's a need for it.
there is a need for it, and you're great with that.
Well,
so
thanks.
yeah. Is there anything else you want to tell us about?
Well, I do want to say if someone can't come to a certain section but they wanted to, or
Okay.
they can't come at this whole round of 6 classes, they can go to our website and go to online resources, and then from there hit the letter T, and under T you want to go to tutor.com, And tutor.com will give you practice test segments that you can practice on your own.
Okay.
And that way they can at least get a feel for something if they couldn't make it to the class.
Okay.
But it is important to go to tutor.com through our website, so it's free. Otherwise, it'll cost.
Okay. So if you try to go just straight to tutor.com,
It'll charge you.
it'll charge you. So
Right.
you need to go LebanonLibrary.org,
Right.
online resources, tutor.com.
Exactly.
And then, okay.
Yep.
Well, that's great too. So
Yep.
just in case you can't squeeze into that one.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's great. I think, is that all?
That's all we had to
That's
say.
all?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have any questions about the ACT classes, you can give us a call at 932-2665, or you can check on LebanonLibrary.org and the schedule will be posted. All right. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Holly.
All right. Coming up, don't miss Miss Connie's story time.
When you are in space, you can't run down to the store to buy parts. You have to improvise with what you have on your mission. Making is when there is something new that was not in existence at the beginning of the day.
Okay.
It's an incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Connie from the Lebanon Public Library. Thanks for joining me for a story. Will you help me wake the book bunny up so we can hear our story? All right, let's say those words together. Book bunny, it's time for story time to begin. Hello Book Bunny, give our friends a wave. Can you wave back to the Book Bunny? He is very happy that you're joining us, aren't you, Book Bunny? Well, let's set the Book Bunny aside and let's see what's inside our mystery box. Mystery box, what's inside the mystery box? Mystery box, what's inside the mystery box? All right, let me turn the music off and I'll lift the lid and we'll get a clue about our story today. So let me lift off the lid. Yum, yum. There is something delicious in the mystery box today. Let me take it out and look. Look at that. It's a heart-shaped box of candy. I love chocolate candy. But wait a minute, I don't hear anything. It's empty. Well, who was playing a trick on me? I bet you it was the love monster. He loves chocolate. Perhaps he's the one that stole my candy. Our story today is called Love Monster and the Last Chocolate. Now, this little monster right here just came off that airplane because he was on a vacation and he's just coming home. This monster, oh, hello, love monster, was just getting back from his vacation. And although it was a little bit exciting to be home, he was sad to leave his adventures behind him. But wait, what was this? A box of chocolates just sitting there waiting to be found? Love Monster couldn't believe it. You see, everybody knows that monsters seriously love chocolate, especially this monster. His mouth started to water just thinking about what might be inside. Perhaps there'd be a peanut butter crunch, or even an extra fizz banger sherbet, or maybe, just maybe, a double chocolate strawberry swirl, Love Monster's absolute favorite. But then he had a thought that he just couldn't unthink. He should probably share the chocolates with his friends. But what if there weren't enough? Or what if someone took the one he wanted the most? Or worst of all, what if the only one left for him was the coffee one? Ew, everybody knows monsters hate the coffee one, especially this monster. Yuck. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that after thinking all of those thoughts, Love Monster decided it would be safer and kinder and better for everyone if he kept the chocolates just for himself. So he went into his house, and so did the box of chocolates, without a whisper of a word to anyone. Love Monster couldn't wait. Oh, how his mouth watered. But just as he went to lift the lid, he had a sort of squeezy feeling in his heart. It was the feeling a monster gets when he knows he's about to do something he shouldn't. And before you could say, "Pass me the truffle surprise," he burst out of his house and ran as fast as his toes would carry him to find his friends. And when he did, in a very out of breath and a bit shouty voice, he said, "I got back from my vacation and I found some chocolates, and I was going to keep them all to myself. But then I really realized I wanted to share them with you, and I don't even want a single one. Well, maybe one." And do you know what his friend said? "Silly monster, just open the box." So the Love Monster opens the box. Oh, look what's inside. And in the lid it says, "To Love Monster, we missed you so much. We saved you our last chocolate, your favorite, because you're our favorite monster. Love, your friends." You see, sometimes it's when you stop to think of others that you start to find out just how much they think of you. Well, that was a nice story about sharing what good friends they are. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I'll see you the next time. Bye.
Hi, and welcome back. We hope you enjoyed today's show. As always, if you have any questions about anything that you saw or questions in general, give us a call at 513-932-2665, or an easy way to remember it is 932-BOOK. And we hope that you have a pleasant start to spring. We can all look forward to that, and we hope that you come back and watch us next month. Thank you.